Hi everyone.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Okay. So we are done with demo session, right? This is about training, like how the flow. First, we need to learn about some data related information in the home tab. How to convert from one format to another format. How to do some formatting things. Everything you will have in the home tab. So data related things, and then how to transform into information using formulas, and then summarize using group subtotals, data management options, and then present in charts and pivot tables, and analyze using some interactive dashboard, and then printing techniques, protection techniques. This is what we are going to do. Okay, this is the flow. Coming to about Excel, the same thing we have stages in data analysis using any tool. Not only Excel, you use any tool. This is the flow. Okay. Why Excel? Why we need to learn Excel? What we will do with the Excel? First thing is to store the data. Second one is for calculation purpose. And third one is for analysis purpose. Okay. In total, how many formulas we have as of today? 520. 522. Okay. What is the latest version of Excel? Office 365. Office 365 is anything we can do to 2021. Yeah. And history of spreadsheet. So initially they started with the visual calci in 1978. Okay. Super calci, then Lotus, that Excel, this cell kind of view we started from 1985. Okay. So multi-plan and Excel. They used to call it as multi-plan and later they changed it to Excel. Okay. Who are the competitors for Excel? Excel itself. Like when they started initially, what are the features we have? For every 3 years, they are releasing the new versions, right? So we are getting more advanced features and more formulas. Analysis techniques, like they improved the charts, every time they are improving the options. Okay. So Excel itself is the competitor. No one is the competitor for Excel because everyone can able to understand this application easily, and in every system you will have Excel. That is the reason most of the people try to use Excel only. Okay. And one more thing is, you may work for any job. You may work for, you may be developer or tester or a manager or you are a HR. Okay. Or you are working for some construction company. Okay. Or you are working in some hospital or a school, college, anywhere. Compulsory for any role, we need to use Excel. Okay. So not only data related jobs, they may work for any job, they'll come to learn Excel to store the data and for calculation. Everywhere we need to create the report, right? So they need to know how to convert from one format to another format, the data sets, and how to apply some formulas, how to create pivot tables, charts, dashboard, all things they'll learn. That is what this Excel is covering. Okay. Next one. Terminology of Excel. See, this 1, 2, 3, 4, all these are called rows. Okay. And A, B, C, D, these are called columns. Okay. So A is column 1. So column name is A, but column number is 1. This is the first column. So we'll call it as, suppose if I am asking for fourth column, then D. Okay. D is the column name, but column number will be 4. Okay. Row number, there is no confusion, only alphabets. So A is 1, B is 2, like that you have to check. If you don't know for a particular alphabet, you have a formula to know the column number. Column is a function. That will give you column number for the particular column. Okay, I'll tell you that later. I'll explain you that later. But yeah, A, B, C, D. Vertical ones are called columns and horizontal ones are rows. Okay, next one. A cell. What is a cell? Okay, now you can see some boxes, right? When you are opening the Excel, any Excel, you will see some boxes. That box is called a cell. Each box is called one cell. Okay. And what is the cell address? I'm asking you to enter data in D10. How will you understand what is D10? You need to go to D column and 10th row. So intersection point of row and column is called a cell. Okay. So that cell address you can see in the name box. Here. This is the name box. So now I am in J column and 12th row. So J12 will be your cell address. Okay, what is this cell address? D7. Now F17. So you can see which is highlighted. F and here 17, F17 is the cell address. Sometimes, we will give our own name to that cell also. That is called named range. We will give our own name to the cell. Okay, instead of the default name. Okay, but not every time. That is called named range. That I'll explain you in our data tab session. Okay. Okay. Default, you will have a cell address. So intersection point of column and row is called a cell. Okay. No.
Instead of typing this D column and 17 row, we can type straight away a row which is stored here. D23, the option. Columns. D23. Which is highlighted. We can enter the same number and column in that row. So we can go to that.
Correct. Correct. Yes. Suppose you want to go to some
Like F20.
F10,
so we can go to directly.
Yeah, F10 type, press enter, it will move to that cell.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, you can type your own cell in the name box. When the moment you press enter, the cursor will go to that particular cell. Correct. Okay. That is about cell address, and that is what the cell. So don't get confusion with this, because after learning everything, if I'm asking what is the cell address, some people, they don't even tell the correct answer. Okay. Cell is nothing but intersection point of column and row. Okay. First the column name followed by row number. Okay. Next one. Worksheet. This each tab is called one sheet. Okay. This each tab is called one sheet, and that same sheet we will call as worksheet also. Worksheet or sheet. Okay. So all the cells in one sheet. Suppose, see, like this, all cell we will call it as sheet. Correct? Okay. So workbook is called a file. When you are creating one file, this is one file. Right? You can see this is one file. One workbook is called one file. See, here we have two files. Yeah. So each workbook is called one file. In other notes, all the sheets in a file is called a workbook. All the sheets. How many sheets we created now? Some sheets we have, right? All together we will call one file. Okay. So again, these are called columns and these are rows. Each box is called one cell. Together all the cells we will call it as one sheet. One sheet. How many sheets you can create in a workbook? That depends on the RAM capacity in your system. Okay, that depends on the RAM capacity. For now, over mentioned these many sheets only you need to create. Okay, fine. All the sheets we will call it as one workbook. Okay, now next, object model of Excel. First, you should have Excel application installed in your system, correct? And then we will create a file. Once you have Excel application, then we will create the files, correct? Like this. This is a file. One file, correct? So if you want to work with the Excel, you should create a sheet. Default, when you are creating an empty file, you will have one sheet. Up to 2010, I guess, 10 or 7, you will have 3 default sheets. In the older versions, up to 2007 or 10. I did not remember that, but we used to have 3 sheets by default. Now they change it to 1 sheet. Okay. Default, you will have 1 sheet. Okay. Inside the sheets, you will have cells. Where you will work finally, cells. But if you want to work on cell, you should have a sheet. If you want to work with a sheet, you should have a file. If you want to work with a file, you should have an Excel application. Correct? So the hierarchy is, first we should have Excel application. Under that we will create the workbook. Under workbook you will have the sheets, next level. Under sheets you will have cells. Cells, charts, pivot tables, or some images, shapes, everything we will keep inside the sheet. Okay, that is the hierarchy. That is the object model of Excel. Just remember this. What is the object? If I'm asking about what is the object model, you need to tell me this hierarchy. Okay. Next one. File extensions. File extensions. When you try to save any kind of file, you will have by default extension. If it is a notepad file, you will have .txt at the end. Correct? .txt. For images, you will have .jpg, .png. Correct? If it is a PDF file, you will have .pdf at the end. Correct? So for Excel, you have .xls, .xlsx like this, some different, what is that? File type, no, not file type, extensions, different extensions, okay? In 2003 Excel, means our initial Excel file, default extension is .xls, .xls. From 2007 onwards, they changed to .xlsx. Okay? Previously, from 2003 MS Office to 2007 MS Office, lot of things changed. The ribbon tab changed and so many options introduced. Drastic, I mean, number of rows and columns increased. So many changes happened from 2003 to 2007, not only in Excel, all MS Office versions. So previously for Word document, it is .doc. Now it is changed to .docx from 2007. Okay, for PPT, 2003 PPT is .ppt. From 7 onwards, it is .pptx, extra x added. Okay, so from 2007 Excel onwards, the default extension is .xlsx. 2003 .xls. Okay, so here one more extension is .xlsm and .xlsb. These are the commonly used extensions in our Excel. We have other also, but we don't use other. But sometimes you want to save that file in PDF format so that nobody should change the do any changes, then we will convert into PDF file, but remaining all, one more comma separated files you will have. That by default you will get. It looks like Excel, but I'll tell you. Okay, in .xls, you will write a macro code. Do you have some idea about what is macro? Hmm. Which one?
Big numbers.
No. So macro is like a automation of Excel. Okay. Suppose you want to create one report. To create one report, you need to get data from different people. And I will combine all the data into single file. Later, I will remove the duplicate values. Then I want to filter only current week data. Okay, current week data. Then I'll create, I'll apply some conditional formatting on it. Okay, then I'll create some pivot table. Then I'll create some chart. So whoever are the employees involved in that report, I mean, let's take a sales data. Who are completed, who are doing that sales, to them I want to send the mail. Like suppose if I have 5 employees in the data, I need to segregate the data by 5 employees based on that employee name and send the mail to respective employees. Your sales data is this and your sales data is this, like that. This is what my work daily. Okay, daily this is my work. So to do this task, maybe suppose I'm sending some 3 or 4 hours of time. Okay. After completing that work also, you are not sure you did 100% correct, because maybe in some step you missed something. You forgot to apply some step like removing duplicates, you forgot, or applying some formatting you forgot, correct? But whatever things you are doing every day, that is the repetitive work, right? So for that, you can create a macro. Macro is nothing but like a code, some script, step-by-step instructions. So when you are executing that, within fraction of seconds, it will do everything. It will only consolidate the data. It will combine the data, remove duplicates, formatting, everything it will do. And mails also it will send automatically. That is called macros. So VBA developers will do that. VBA developers in data analysis, I mean, after you, if you join for a data analyst job, even they also ask for this automation sometime. Okay, that is VBA. So that VBA also you need to write in Excel itself here. Here we will write the code. This is also inside the Excel only. Okay. So you are writing some code. Okay. Suppose I want to say just hi. That is my code. Okay. So I'm saving it and I closed it. So I'm closing the Excel file also. Once you open that, you can see this sheets data as well as that macro also, if you saved it in .xls format. Okay, but in .xlsx, you can see only Excel data but not macros data. You can't save macros in .xlsx format. Are you getting it? Okay, it won't save the macro code. In .xlsm, in the latest versions, you need to save it in .xlsm format to save the macro code. So here you can save Excel data as well as macros data. .xlsb also same. Excel data it will store and macros also. Yes, Salman, tell me.
So, do we have to decide, or it would automatically detect and save in XLSM format?
You need to, when you are saving it, you need to change file. Suppose I want to save the file. When you are saving it, you will give the file name here, right?
Yes.
And here you need to select, if you are writing, if you are working with macro code, then you have to save it with .xlsm or .xlsp.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
It will not detect automatically. But you wrote some 100 lines of code, but you saved in .xlsx format. Once you close and open, you can't see that code. It won't store macro code. Okay. To store macros in the latest versions, you need to save it in .xlsm or .xls. Older version 2003 .xls, here it will save Excel data as well as macros data both. .xlsx is only Excel data. So why we have two versions here to save the macro also? Both are, one is this also will save macro and this also will save macro. Why we have two versions? So in .xlsb format, it will reduce the file size. Okay. I'll show you some example. Just see this file. This is with the same data, but different extensions, okay? CSV file, CSV is comma separated files, okay? Instead of storing in the form of tables, it will store in, with comma separated. In one column itself, suppose you have employee ID, employee name, salary. It will give you like employee ID, comma, employee name, comma, salary. Second record. In the second row, usually A1 cell, B1 cell, C1 cell, right? Three values. But a comma separated file will show you everything in the same cell, but by separating with comma. And all the options like in Excel formulas, formatting options, all that won't work. Just it will store plain data, just like in text file. Okay. Even though you applied some formatting, some formulas, once you close and open, it will come back to initial stage. Okay. Comma separated files, just it will store the data in the form of comma separation. That's it. Okay. And TXT file also same. TXT, you know, right? In the notepad file, you can't do any formatting things. In CSV also same. So the file size are same for both. XLS, this is old version of Excel. Here the file size is 3067 KB. Okay. But if it is XLSB, okay, binary format, it will store the data in the binary format, nothing but zeros and ones in the backend. The file size is 815 KB. See, the file size is reduced so much. If it is .xlsx, then 1410. Comparatively, .xlsx is taking less space, but compared to this, .xlsb will take less space. Okay. Okay. Sometimes you work with large data sets. So your file size is more. You are unable to send the file to your colleagues through email because of the file size. Correct? So then if you save that file in .xlsb format, then you can send the files. It will reduce the file sizes. Just like a compressing. Correct. Compress folder, it will reduce the size also. Right. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, Devi, if you can just explain orders.csv file once again and with an example how the comma separated values looks like, please.
Yeah, see, this is like this employee ID, comma, employee name, comma, some salary. Employee ID is 10, some name 1000 salary. Employee ID 20, NM2, some 2000 salary. Like this, it will save. Comma
Okay.
separated. Okay, all the columns. Usually, if it is Excel, like this we will store, right? But in CSV format, it will save like this.
Okay.
Okay, comma separated CSV abbreviation, comma separated. Here itself we will have file, save as, comma delimited,
Okay.
separated version something. Comma separated values, yeah. Okay. That
Sure,
values
thanks.
it will store in the same column by separating with commas. Okay.
Thanks.
Usually we don't do anything as a data analyst, but sometimes you will get data from some applications in CSV file format. You need to read the data and combine it, then you will create the report. Some in companies, they use some internal tools. Something like ALM and not SharePoint. No. Suppose if you are working with the server's data information, to store that information, they use some internal tool. Every company will have some internal tools. You want to download the data from that internal tool. So most of the times that file default extension is .csv. They don't apply any formatting, all that, just a plain data, just like a notepad file. So what you will do, you need to get that data into your Excel and you will do some formatting things and apply some formulas and then you will create the reports. To get the data, the data will store in .csv format, but you will get that into your Excel and do the next things. But we
So-
don't save any file in CSV format. Just we will get the data. In reporting,
one
we
question.
never save any file. Sorry?
Maybe I have one question. I
Hello?
have been query on this. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, tell.
So I have one scenario actually, as I have the XLS, right? Where I can only run the macro or save the macros, right?
.excel, yes.
Yes, .xls. So,
Okay.
for example, I have one macro, uh, macro and data both available in the Excel sheet, and I want to send it to a particular employee or the person who's working under me, and I only want him to see the macro, not the data. At that time, can we compress that file and make it, make
You
it?
don't want to allow them to see also?
We only want to allow them to use the macro, but not see any data, which
Not
we
change
have.
the data.
Yes.
Yeah, you have protection options, right? So you have protect sheet option, protect workbook option. Nobody should not even change the name of the sheets and they can't move from one place to another place. They can't enter data inside the cells.
Okay, so in the XLS format also we have to use the protection
Yeah.
sheet.
That all that
Oh,
protection options you can apply.
okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, clear with the extensions, when to use which extension? Tell me, .xls is old version. We usually don't save in .xls format. That is 2003. From 2007 onwards, .xlsx is the default extension. Okay. In XLSX format, can you save macros? No, only Excel. Only Excel data. Okay. .xlsm is the version we need to use if you want to save the macro. Okay. Then .xlsb to reduce the file size when you are working with the large data sets. Okay, clear? Okay. Coming to number of rows and columns. .xls format, nothing but the old version of Excel. We have only 65,536 rows and 256 columns. Okay. What are the columns here? A, B, C, D. These are the columns, right? In 2003 Excel, you have up to IV. IV is the last column. After that, you don't have any column in the old version. What is the column number? 256. Only you have 256 columns. Okay. But from 2007 onwards, they increased to 16,384 columns. 256 increased to 16,384 columns. And the column name is XFD. Do you want to see the column number for this particular column? 16,380. Okay. And number of rows are 65,536. That increased to 10,48,576. How many times? I'll show you. 16,384 by 256. 64 times increased number of columns. 64 times means 64 into 256. Okay. Number of rows equal to 10,48,576 rows by previously 65,536 rows. This increased to 16 times. Okay. Fine. And then can you tell me what is the last column name in XLS format? IV. In XLSX. XFD. What is the last cell in XLS? This is what, just listen carefully. My wording. Cell. What is cell? Intersection point of row and column. When I am asking about cell, why are you saying only column name? Right? What is the last cell in .xls? First tell me what is the last column? IV. What is the last row? 65,536 is the last row. IV is the last column. What is the last cell? Okay. A is the column and 10 is the row. What is the cell? A10. What is cell? Intersection point of column and row, correct? A is the column name and 10 is the row number. A10 is the cell address. I am asking, what is the last column? IV. What is the last row? 65,536. Then what is the last cell? IV 65,536. That is your last cell in Excel. XLS format. .XLSX, what is the last cell?
XFD,
Huh?
10 lakhs.
Huh? That, yeah, that number. XFD 10,48,576. A, B, C, D, all these are the columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, all these are the row numbers. Intersection point of column and row will be the cell address. So in old version, the last cell is IV and in new version, last cell is XFD. Okay? Last column, not last cell. Old version, last column is IV and XLSX last column is XFD. And last row is 65,536 in old version and the new version 10,48,570. Based on that, you know what is the last. Okay? Right. So the same thing you have here. Yeah, XLS, you have 65,536 rows you can store and 256 columns, nothing but column address is IV. Then the last cell will be IV 65,536. And same for XLSX, XLSM and XLSB, you can store these many rows and these many columns. And this is the last column name. Okay. Any questions so far? No. Now coming to how big is your Excel? If you, okay, how many cells we have total in Excel, tell me? Each column will have 10,48,576 rows. One column will have how many cells? Okay, like this I have one column. How many cells you have? 10 lakhs only, 10,48,576. Correct? How many columns you have like that? 16,384 columns. So how many total cells you have? 16,384 into 10,48,576. Each column will have 10,48,576 cells. So total in one Excel sheet, how many cells you have? Number of rows into number of columns. Correct? Number of rows 10,48,576. That you will have for each column. Okay? How many columns you have? 16,384. 16,384 into that will be total number of cells in Excel.
This is the latest version, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Excel.
Yeah, obviously.
So you need to mention that in which format you are asking that. Because if you are asking question with how many columns, in Excel
We see that is already outdated from so many years.
Okay.
Nobody is using that old version. Okay. Okay, fine. So 16,384 into 10,48,576 cells we have in our regular version. Okay. See, from now, if I'm asking anything, that is for latest only, because 2003 is very, very old version. Nobody is using that. Okay. Fine. Some banking applications, they don't want to change anything, so that if they do any small modification that reflects in the bank related applications, they may still working on it. I am not sure, but most of them already upgraded to new version.
In one sheet, there is total cells like this, right?
Hmm.
In one sheet only.
Yes. How many sheets you can create like that? That depends on the system memory. Okay, RAM
There is
capacity.
a number. In Excel one or like one file, how many sheet you can?
That's what I'm saying. You can create any number of, there is no limit mentioned anywhere. That depends on your system RAM capacity. Okay? Okay, fine.
If I say 1,000 sheet in one like file in my Excel, then can I reduce the size after that say for the XLS, XLSM, ISLB, can you reduce the file also?
Yes. That may be any file. There is no condition like only this kind of file, only file will reduce like that. That may be any file. If you save it in .xlsp format, the file size will reduce.
how much it will reduce, like any idea?
And there is,
Like percentage?
no, there is no percentage, but yeah, we know that will reduce the size compared to normal XLSM or XLS.
In email, how much of cell we can send in email?
Email, so there in Gmail, I think we can send up to 25 MB, right?
25.
Huh.
I don't know exactly.
I think, as per my knowledge, it is 25 MB.
So if you can reduce with that, Excel will be if you are sending with that format.
Then, yeah,
So
suppose sometimes your file size is 27 or 28 MB, it will not allow you to attach the file.
now the thing is 25 and that's
Yes.
max.
Whatever my sheet name, then
See, in Outlook, that depends on the company, they will give the
That's
ranges.
separate, but I'm asking about only.
Gmail,
Regular usage.
They
Okay.
here 25 MB as per my knowledge, yeah.
whatever my sheet name, my sheet name, for example, my sheet.
Okay.
Then after that, .xlsb, then it will reduce automatically the size, right?
No, not sheet. File name. See this extension, file. You not here. This is sheet name. You can give anything here.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Go to file. When you are saving the file, save as. Here in the extension, you will have, when you are saving any file, you will have two drop down, two boxes like this. One is to enter the file name and the second one is to give the extension. In that extension, you have to select .xlsp, Excel binary workbook. Okay. Okay. So total we have these many cells in one sheet. One sheet. Okay. First, let's count one more thing. In 1 sec, in 1 year, how many seconds we have? In 1 year. Okay. 365 days. Each day 24 months, sorry, 24 hours. Each hour we have 60 minutes. Each minute we have 60 seconds. So in 1 year, you have this many seconds. Okay. So if you do this by this, it is giving total cells by number of years. Year. If you are taking 1 second to fill one cell, then it will take 565 years to fill one sheet. Total.
Total cells.
You are trying to calculate how many years it will take to fill one Excel sheet. Manually you are typing, and for each cell you are taking some 1 second like this. Okay. To fill one sheet, it will take 545 years. That much big is your Excel. 16,384 is not a small thing. But usually for larger data sets, we don't keep the data in Excel. They use usually other databases like SQL Server, Oracle, that things. Okay. Because if it may crash, right? Because of the large data sets. Usually large data sets, they don't store it here, but small data sets we will store in Excel. But yeah, you have option to fill these many values in the Excel sheet. Okay, clear? Can I go to next one? Okay, version differences. The first version is what? 2003. 2003, how many rows? 65,536. And how many columns? 256 columns. What is the last column name? IV. Extension is .xls. And you have 341 formulas in 2003. Okay. And total 341. So no ribbon available. What is this ribbon? No, in 2003, it's like this. When you want to apply some option, you need to click on that tab. Okay. You need to click on the tab. You want to use the option. You will select one of the options from the drop down. Okay. But if it is from 2007 onwards, they introduced a ribbon. What is that ribbon? Click on home tab. You can see all the home tab related options here itself. Correct? Click on insert tab. You can see insert tab related options. But if it is, see, I'm hiding the ribbon. See, Control F1 is the shortcut key to hide or unhide the ribbon. You can see, you can't see something, right? When you click on it, now you can see that options. That is called a ribbon, okay? That ribbon is not there in 2003 Excel. So when you click on the home tab, it used to give some drop down kind of thing so that you will select one of the option. Okay? That is one difference. Next, what is the shortcut key to hide or unhide the ribbon? Control F1, okay? Next, 2007 onwards, number of rows 10,48,576, 16,384 columns. XFD is the last column, you know all this. Default extension is .xlsx and extra 12 formulas added from 2007 onwards. So total how many formulas? 341 plus 12, 353 formulas. And ribbon interface replacing traditional menus and toolbars, that complete look wise they changed from 2007 onwards. Okay. And basic features like conditional formatting, tables and basic chart options were improved. Chart related options and conditional formatting related options, table options, all that improved from 2007 onwards. Okay. Next, in 10, number of rows and columns, everything is same from 7 onwards. Okay. So just you need to remember from 3 to 7 how it is changed. That's it. Okay. From 2010, extra 57 formulas added. So total you will have 410 formulas. Okay. Further improved more, that interface is changed more. Nothing but that ribbon options. And slicers and sparklines introduced. I explained you yesterday what is slicer and what is sparkline, right? Sparkline I did not explain. Okay. This slicer and sparkline option is available from 2010 Excel. Okay, I'll tell you what is slicer and spark. Okay, so here I'm inserting. I want to see the performance of NM1 from week 1 to week 4, whether it is increased or decreased. Okay, what we used to do, you know, select NM1 data and go to insert. In the charts list, I will take some line chart. So in week 1, it is decreased, and from week 2 onwards, it is increased. This is for only NM1. Now you want to see the same performance for NM2, NM3. Then will you create chart for each employee? It will take some space, right? And it is completely clumsy in your sheet to know that particular employee chart is where we have available that particular chart, right? So instead of that, you have one more option to get the dynamic chart. What I'll do, I'll keep a drop down. So I'll select, suppose NM5, it should give me NM5 chart. I'll change to NM10, it should give me NM10, only one chart. But I'll change based on that, the data will change automatically. For that, we need to write some formulas, something to get the dynamic data. But what if you have 1,000 employees? You want to select some 955 employee, what you will do? Will you click on that drop down to select the value? Right? So instead of that, you have a option like sparkline. Sparkline you can insert in a sparkline also like a chart. It will give you like a performance in a single cell. Okay, go to sparkline. Sparkline, 3 types of sparklines you have. Charts, you have so many types of charts, right? But sparklines you will have only 3. Line sparkline, column sparkline, and win or loss sparkline. I'll take line sparkline, select the data range, say okay, and just drag it down. We will go to that particular employee record and you can see the performance in the same record itself. Okay, this is available from 2010. In detail about sparkline, we'll see later. Okay, next one. Slicer. What is slicer? It's like a drop down, right? So I have a table. So you can insert a slicer. you want to see like this. Whatever value will select, it will show you report only for that. That may be in the pivot table or in the format as table. In both the cases, you can insert the slicers. Okay. So that is also available from 2010 Excel, slicers and sparkling. Okay. Next, from 2013 onwards, extra 50 formulas added. So total 460 formulas. And the timeline option introduced. Timeline also I showed you yesterday. No? Okay. Let's take a date field. Creating some total sales, some column. That is nothing but week 1. Week 1 plus week 2 plus week 3 plus week 4. Okay. Newly one column introduced. Say okay. So now it is showing total sales. Okay. I am inserting a slicer, a timeline option here. So it will show you timeline is something like this. 2025 data only we have. Okay. 2025 from January to December. Okay. So now you click on this months, just select year and quarter. I'm selecting in this 2025 quarter 1. Report will show you only for that particular quarter. Okay. If it will, okay, just like a slicer filter. So based on the selection, automatically the report will change. That you will use in the pivot tables. Okay. That option is available 2013 Excel. About flash fill also. What is flash fill? Like text to columns option we have seen, right? You have a full name. You want to get first name in one column, middle name in one column, and last name in one column. Based on the space, we are splitting the data. But if it is a flash fill, you will type it manually the first record. And once you press Ctrl E, or when you click on that flash fill, it will fill automatically that remaining values. That is called flash fill. That option also available from 2013. You are using 2010, but you think this option is not available. That is because of the version. Okay. So before using that, first, if it is not available, first check your version. Right. Next one, quick analysis tool. Quick analysis tool is also available from 2013. Okay. So assume like you have this data. Okay. You have this data. So what you will do with this data? What are the things we can do with this data? Means what are the available options we can apply on this data? Maybe you will create a table on this data, or you will create a pivot table on this data, or you will create a chart, or maybe you will apply conditional formatting on this. Yes or no? So many possible options, right? Here, select this data and quick analysis tool. If you do right click, you can see quick analysis option. When you click on it, it will show you what are the options available to perform some action. Suppose you want to do some conditional formatting. So greater than, less than options that are icon sets you want to apply, right? So our top 10% you want to remove the formatting which are already applied. Or suppose you want to apply the charts. These are the charts. It is giving some options. Do you want to apply the chart? Already they are available here. Okay. Or do you want to get the total sum of total? See, is it giving in the bottom? Okay. Or do you want to create a table, which normal table or pivot table? So again, some options related to pivot table option. Or do you want to apply the see spark lines? That all these options are available in different tabs, correct? But here in the quick analysis tool, it will show you all the possible options which you can do with the data, so that from here itself you can select. Are you getting it? But usually we don't use. You will have some idea, we'll go to that particular option only, but there is an option to use directly from here itself. Okay, clear? Quick analysis tool. This is available from 2030. Next, some new charts introduced. New chart types, some box and whisker chart and histogram charts are introduced from 2013. Okay, and the cloud integration, improved integration with OneDrive, allowing to easier sharing and collaboration. So what is this cloud integration? Previously we used to save our files in the desktop only, right? But there is a option called OneDrive. Is introduced from 2013. If it is a licensed version, you will have a OneDrive option. So they give some space to save your files. Okay, when you save with your account, when you save your files with your account, that file will, if you are storing in the OneDrive, that will store in the cloud. They give some space for us. Some 1 gigabyte or something, they give the space. So if the system crashes also, nothing will happen because they are already saved in the OneDrive. You can open from different locations also. And you want to save, you want to share this file to other people, just like a network drive. If multiple people are connected with the same network drive, you will give access to different people. Whoever are having access to that drive, they will be able to open the files from multiple systems, right? Same file, multiple people want to work. Then what you will do? You will give the sharing. You will keep in the network drive, so multiple people will work on the same file. In OneDrive also same. The file is in my system. I'll give access to, suppose in my team we have 5 employees. 5 employees need to work with the same file. Okay, same file means some people are working in some sheet, some people are working in a different sheet, like that. So, but same file, my manager having that file, that person want to see every time updated data. So I'll give access to that file. So multiple people will work on it. Whenever my manager open that file, they can see the updated data. Correct? That is OneDrive. It's like you can share the file, as well as if the system crashes also, your files won't be, you won't lose the data. Okay, that option is available from 2013. Right? Next one. 2016. Power Query and Power Pivot option is available from 2016. Okay. First, let's see what is Power Pivot and Power Query. When you are getting data from other applications, assume like you are trying to get data from some notepad file. Okay, in the notepad file you have a field like a date field. Let's take a joining date. but I want to get year, month, and day from the joining date. What you have to do? You need to create a new fields, right? Yes or no? But in the notepad file, do you have year, month, and day? No, there you have only one field called joining date. Using that, you want to get 3 columns. When I am giving the connection, when you are loading it directly, if you load it directly, you won't get that year, month, and day directly, right? But you can change the data using transform data option. Okay, let me. I don't want to external data. Suppose employee data notepad file. Click on import. It will show you something, right? Here nothing to change. But if you want to change something, here everything is perfect. You can directly load the data. But you have a joining date field. Okay. Then you need to go to transform data option. Click on transform data so that it will show you Power Query Editor. Here you have so many things to do. You can remove the column. When I'm loading, I don't want to import a department, remove the rows, remove the columns. Okay, or remove other columns apart from this. Our first row is not considering like a header row, then use first row as header option. So adding new columns, add new columns by getting only year, only month, and only day from the date field I want to modify. So that formatting things, whatever you want to do, you can do using this Power Query Editor option. Okay. That is related to Power BI options. In Excel, you are not going to learn this, but in Power BI classes, you will get more about this Power Query option. That is available from 2016. So once you do all this modification, then you will load the data, you will get that into your Excel. Okay. So I'm not loading anything for now. Let's close this file. Okay. Discard. And one more is what? Power Pivot. Okay, what is Power Pivot? You have 10 records in sheet 1. R. Bangalore sales data in sheet 1. Hyderabad sales data in sheet 2. Okay, Chennai sales data in sheet 3. I want to create a report. What you have to do? You need to combine all the 3 sheets data into one sheet. Then only you can create the report, right?
Yes.
When you have data in 3 different sheets, you can't create a pivot table. When you can create the pivot table, you will select the range. That range should be at the same place. You can't select multiple ranges. Okay. That is normal pivot table. But in Power Pivot Table, even though your data is available in different sheets, you can give the connection and you can create the report in Power Pivot. Okay. You have data in some in SQL Server, some in Notepad file, some in some website. You can give the connection and you can create the pivot table. Okay, that is called Power Pivot and that is also available from 2016. Right? Next, forecasting options improved. So now I know last 4 years profit and loss. Okay, I want to get some idea like in 2025 what will be the profit and if you take a sales data, these are the sales in from last 4 years. Using that historical data, you want to forecast in 2025 what will be the values. That is available from 2016 forecast. Okay. Next, 2019. Improved more visualizations means some more charts introduced like maps chart and funnel chart. Okay, from 2019 onwards. Okay, and data types like geographic and stock data. If you are working with stock related information, you have two more stock related data types introduced. These two from 2019 only. Okay, accessibility features like improved tools to help users with disabilities. So I'm not sure about this, how to use that, but yeah, for disabled people, they used some more options it seems. Okay. And in 2021, let me click on this. Here we have more options, so I kept the link directly. So you have XLOOKUP function. XLOOKUP function is from 2021. Okay, some dynamic arrays option, let function, XMatch function, all these are introduced. Sheet views are introduced, extra features added. Accessibility ribbon. Yeah, this is accessibility ribbon. That accessibility ribbon also, added. The accessibility ribbon puts all the tools you need to create accessible content in one place. I did not see that here. But yeah, this accessibility ribbon also introduced from 2021. These are related to PPT. Okay. These are related to people. These are the options, new extra options available in Excel.
What is the difference between XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP?
See, in VLOOKUP, you have some disadvantages, right?
Yeah.
So it will look data from that particular column to right side.
Yeah.
So to overcome the disadvantages, they introduced one more lookup. You'll get in clearly.
Okay.
Okay.
So right now onwards, we can use only XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP also. It depends upon.
Yeah, usually we use index formula also. Using index also, you can get data from anywhere. Correct? So you can use XLOOKUP also. You can leave that VLOOKUP.
Oh.
If your data is in already lookup values available in the first column, then you can use VLOOKUP also.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Office 365. Extra 36 formulas. 522 as of now. And a one-time purchase and use lifetime. This already I told you, right? This lifetime, if you want to use Excel, then take this license. I'm not sure, but you will have a student license around 7,000 or 8,000. But if you take for a family, some 6 licenses or something they'll give. Then you will get for some 3,000 each license, I guess. Just if you want license, check with the front office. They can help you to get that. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. This is called, see, you can title bar. Title of your, nothing but name of your file. You can see in the title bar. And this is called quick access toolbar. I'll tell you what is that quick access toolbar. And ribbon, I told you this hiding or unhiding, that is the ribbon. So these are called tabs, home tab, insert tab, page layout, formulas. These are called tabs. In each tab, you will have some list of options, right? So if you go to home tab, you have a like a group name. This is called a group, clipboard group, and you have some list of options related to clipboard group. Okay, and font related options they kept in the font group. It's just like a folder structure. You have 2025. Inside 2025, Jan to December months I created. Inside the Jan, I'll keep only January related profiles, obvious. Correct? Same like that, you have a home tab. Inside that, home means the basic options. If you go to formula, it will show you all formula related options. Inside that, only formulas I kept in the function library. Our define name related, we have in define name group. Okay, formula auditing related, I'm keeping some options in that group. Okay, these are tabs. Inside that you will have groups. Inside the group you will have the relevant options. That is the hierarchy. Suppose I'm saying where that flash fill up, somebody is asking like where flash fill option is available. Then I'll say data tab Okay. Data tools group flash fill. So you need to go to this tab, data tools group. There you have this flash fill option. That is the hierarchy you have to check. Okay. Next, these are the sheet names. This is the name box. And this is formula bar. Here you can see the actual formula. Like suppose I'm writing sum of 10 comma 30, sorry 20. So you know this is just a 30, but if you keep your cursor there, then you can see the actual value here. Okay, or you have number 10. I will apply some number formatting. Look wise it is showing like 10.00, but actual value is 10 only. So you can see in that formula bar. Okay. Next, these are groups, name box, formula bar. These are columns and rows. You know this, right? Column label and row. These are called sheets. And this is the status bar when, yeah, this is the status bar. And zoom options. Increase zoom and decrease zoom. The zoom options you will have here on the right side. And views also you will be available here only. Normal. This is page layout view. Pages wise it will show you. And page break preview. Like this. Page 1, page 2, like this it will show. And page break. Default view is normal view only. Okay.
In formulas, when I found an option over there in formula, there is a Python, insert Python, what is that?
They introduced one more option. Python is like a code.
Yes.
Just like a C language, C++ language.
Yes.
So from here itself, you can add the Python code. See, add Python formulas to your worksheet. Python formulas make it easier to analyze your data. So using Python code, you can write your own formulas. That Python formulas you can import into your Excel to use it here. For that, you should know Python also. See, for data analysis, nowadays they are asking even if you have Python knowledge, that is desirable.
Yeah.
That is Python. There also you can analyze the data using that Python code. Okay. Okay. Next one. This is quick access toolbar, right? What is this quick access toolbar? Suppose I want to apply borders. Where we have this option in the home tab, this border option, correct? Okay. Commonly, I'm using this applying border option. So without going to that particular tab, you can add that here in the quick access toolbar. Do we have that border option here? Just you have save option, redo and undo and redo options, correct? So I'll tell you how to add that. Say Control Z now. Go to file, okay? Options. Here you can see quick access toolbar. Select that. This is popular commands, or you can select the tab, which tab related options you want to add. Suppose I want to go for home tab related options. So it will show you all home tab related options. Okay. So borders, you have borders option, all borders. Select that, click on add. Okay. Now save, undo, redo and turn auto save on or off option. This one. This is by default you will have it. So all borders option I created, say okay. You can see that borders here itself. So just select that, from here I'll add direct. Do you want to remove something from that quick access toolbar? Go to again file, options, quick access toolbar, just select and click on remove. Say okay. Okay. So that is about customize Q80 quick access toolbar. You can create your own, whatever option commonly I'm using, most of the times I'm using, that you can keep in the quick access toolbar and you can apply. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Then we'll see data types and number formatting options on Tuesday. There is no class on tomorrow and Monday also. Will be available from Tuesday. Just you can continue from Tuesday onwards. We'll continue from data types. Okay. We'll stop it here. Any questions online, guys?
No, thank you.
Yeah. If you don't have anything, you can drop the calls. If you have questions, please stay back on the calls and the remaining people can drop. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Any questions from your side? Okay, you will get drive access. Did you get drive access? You got it. Remaining note. Added your number in the WhatsApp group. Just check with them so that you will get drive access. Whatever happened today, you will get this file. I'll upload in the drive. Okay. Just check, nothing to practice, but just read one by one options. You'll get these options anyways. When we are learning it, one by one options you will get. Just here we mentioned like from which version that is available. But option we will learn in our next classes. Okay. Normal 365 to purchase and you need to activate it, then it will ask the key. If you have it, then it will.
Okay. Right now, like in a common virtual public use directly, we cannot access, right now. There's no free version.
Free versions are available. Yeah.
But some,
Just that you activate something, all that won't be available. But for practice purpose, you can use it. Crack version also.
Monday to Friday, right?
Monday to Friday, yes. I kept some macros.